speakers will be Arpit, Arya, Teresa Breeden, Shannon Garcia, John Merrifield, and Jen. Thank you. Okay, go.
Each soul we greet becomes a circle, though incomplete. Around that point, they start to spin, some close, some wide, some deep within.
Perfect. Broiling in such unseasonable heat, halfway down the throat of winter, the ground around me fanning away in eye creases and smile lines. But the mind never rests in perfection.
Come home in the evening, want to tear off your clothes. Been wanting you ever since that lunchtime whistle blow. I'm dirty with work, I really don't care. My hands are calloused and rough.
A squeak, like yellow and black bumblebees in low-pitched ohm. Solitary statues of hay bales in the dwelling place of...
My name is Sharon Garcia, and I am going to be reading out of my book, Poetry of Despair, Love, Spirituality, and Prophecy. And all my poems try to take dark concepts and turn it into something beautiful, because it's through our pain that we can change and transform it into something beautiful to give back to the world. So if you like what you hear, I have some books for sale. You can come see me after. And I also have a YouTube channel where I put my poetry against videos and make them come alive. So you can also subscribe to my channel. Little commercial there. The first one I will read on is called Dangers of Hate. Such twisting motions of the world, layers upon layers of observations twirled, conveys a story not so easily told. Repeated themes never growing old. Realities are merely an adjusting illusion, each taking on its own private infusion, changing from person to person with relentless speed, emboldening an individual with a powerful creed. Mistakes and misunderstandings are an inevitability, which shows us mankind's greatest vulnerability. Foregoing understanding allows for a hate already foreseen, and adding to pursuits of a wartime machine. Hate is the vial that allows separation and closes the door for honest communication. Rather than appreciating our unique personal differences, we allow to enter much more sinister interferences. Wars will destroy all we have built. Inside we have growing such unspoken guilt. Our dreams and ambitions brought down to the ground, the solution to our weakness not easily found. We kill and destroy for another's ambition, forgetting we once held our own private mission. Caught up in the swirl of unfounded confusion, lost to the wayside a much more heartfelt conclusion. A history that is always doomed to repeat, for finding new solutions proved no easy feat. And so mankind's weakness may find its ultimate end, thanks to a species that's lost its ability to transcend. Hate will lead us to the end of all of our lives, unless the world breeds much more balanced strives. Or perhaps in our stead will arise some new life form, who'll know better than to unleash hate's destructive storm. Thank you. My next poem is called Upon the Ridge. Where there was once a shroud of naivety, now's been replaced by the biting sting of reality. A world of constant illusion surrounds us, some harbored slant serving colorful plus. What is, what was, what soon will be, passes before the eye as the tide with the sea. I know this story, saw it in a dream. The coming of God's glorious light, like a mighty beam, shines down through the metal tray skies to shine brightly again on joy in humanity's eyes. We approach the crest of a great ridge, the depths of which finds no bridge. This warning appears upon the lip. To falter means an uncontrollable slip. Bound and lost to a darkness of commiserable vulnerability, unless we find strength to stand in profound humility. For too long we have neglected our responsibility to life, to love, to honorable facility. Around us there is chaos that is raging. If just for a moment we pause to see our soul fading, without love of God or nature or man alike, you may as well hang our heads upon a pike. For where there is a hate, there lurks a darkness, with long claws reaching out for total blindness. With what once was freedom to create, instead stands ready to be locked in a crate. Cold, alone, dejected, without hope. For our eyes have lost our insightful scope. We may just yet find some way to persevere, for it's in total darkness the dimmest of lights become severe. A spark of desire to entrance the light, may it find its will to burn forever bright. Renew once more the fires of love within our hearts, and let it forge us forward towards more paradise-like parts, where we can live once more in nature's glory, and drink upon waters far less sorry. We shall look upon grasses once again green, and never relive in a world that was so mean. So rise, my friend, and stand in strength. Together we journey, no matter the strength. I look forward to a different future, once we sew our wounds with God's great suture, and never again choose to live in the blindness that kept us from appreciating life's total sublimeness. Okay, so my last poem is called Lessons of a Brook. Through a vibrant forest runs the cruel brook. Its waters tell a story of the path it took. A road less traveled, the quickest way down. The forces of nature quick to bring about a frown. At times, things can get quite bumpy. A cry locked in your throat, feeling ever so lumpy. But look past the story of pain and see. A story emerges in how resilient we can be. In moments of rapids, there's chaos and confusion. But thinking all is for naught is only just illusion. A method behind the madness, it seems. For the effort of the brook, the forest will please. The arrogance of man thinks our lives are our own, when really nature uses us to maintain life's delicate tone. How many places will the brook in its life support? Will it grow to a mighty river or dry before port? There are twists and turns along jagged rocks, only to pool up in a sudden oasis for flocks. The lesson of the brook teaches us life is always moving, flowing and growing without need of accusing. It is flexible and limber to account for the change, nor never concerned when life is suddenly strange. When the road gets too difficult to traverse, it just seeks out a path much less worse. The water adapts, it molds, it changes course, knowing within it lies inside a great force. The wandering observer could never understand the trials and triumphs of brook over land. What hardships undergone is hidden underneath. Instead, on display is just the calm and sheath. Deep down, the brook knows it gives life unto others. A higher purpose to life is of the soul's great wonders. It is not what we can take from the world that matters, but how much we can shred our selfishness into tatters. Although the brook carries on to land still unseen, in its path, life-growing energy continues to careen.